Hey everyone, today we're going to show you how we ended up cutting the front fender section in order to fit this massive 42. As you'll see later on in this video, there was a lot of things happening on the Jeep all at once. We're trying to get it ready for the event and out on the trails so then we can ride this thing and actually see how well it performs. So stay tuned and we'll show you how we went through this whole process. All right, it's all hands on deck here. As you can see, we have a lot going on and we have a massive hole that we got to get cut, especially on the other side. So we have our template already traced out from what we already did. We shrunk our rocker 3.5 inches. So now we got to tail in a new section for a tube. Let's hop on the other side and see what's actually drawn. So today we're gonna go ahead and get this entire front end all cut up, trimmed up with the header, and get the battery relocated to the rear. There's a whole lot of mess going on here, as you can see. And we found out the 16.5 inch actually need your calipers ground out in order to clear the wheels. Highly recommend get 18s if you don't want to do any grinding at all, and or if you do buy 17s, you will have to continue to grind. You just won't have to take as nearly as much meat as we'd had to. All right, so as you can tell, it's really loud in here. We have welding, we have grinding, we have a lot going on to make this thing happen. But all you missed out so far is I went ahead and made a straight line cut. So I gotta cut this tube and move it over. I'm gonna get rid of this weld section and mark out my 3.5 inches so I can keep that same profile. Because luckily on our rocker kit, you can have your faceplate and move it as far back as you need. So I'm gonna get that all butchered out. And then once I'm there, we're gonna go ahead and cut this line out and then actually keep moving on to the rest of the interior section on this. All right, now that we already had this cut out of our way, again, we were measuring 3.5 inches from each corner, trying to keep that same contour that the shape already had. We're repurchasing the end cap to our rocker set so we can move it over and repatch up this entire area just to fit these massive 42s. Now we're gonna go ahead and actually cut the fender itself along that same trace line that I already made out to mirror as close as we can to the other side. After that, we're gonna leave a nice relief cut that then we can trim back if we need, depending on what the filler panels look like, along with cutting this seam out and then reworking the inner fender and floor pan. The biggest thing is that you have to move those wiring and the coolant reservoir, the battery. On the other side, it's your ECM. On the interior, you have a bunch of wiring too. Last thing you want to do is set a fire, ruin anything that is already good on your Jeep. Make sure you just do this as careful as you can. Take your time in the process. Don't forget anything. All right, as you last saw, I was starting to actually cut the fender itself. I went ahead and followed my contour line. We're all happy with that fitment for sure. After that, I went ahead and I went from this corner all the way to where I had it marked in the front, drew a straight line, leaving a generous lip for me to actually weld a flat panel to and kind of contour with the actual shape of the new piece I will put in here. I got a little footage of that of myself anyways, that camera guy wound up putting here. Temporarily, so you can see that little snippet. From there, we ended up cutting off the little pinch weld section that sits right on the side, added a couple reliefs, and once you bend it back, you'll have so much sealant that you have to end up getting past. As you see here, it is thicker than a Snicker, I swear. So after we get all this cleaned off, we'll get this whole corner closed in. You have to be very careful to make sure you're not hitting any of that wiring and stuff. We have a weld blanket and a welding jacket in there just to be safe. On top of that, we'll see what we can remove and what we cannot remove after we get the whole area prepped. Once it's all ready and prepped, we'll get this bent in as much as we can, fit the wheel on, fully flex it like you always should whenever you are cutting for your tires. And then from there, we'll go ahead and just move on. We'll cap off our rocker in the very end, along with adding our chunk and replacement tube section. So let's keep rolling. All right, it's been a little bit since we had that last shot. I went ahead after we had everything cut out, made a couple templates with any scrap steel that you had. We had some 16 gauge. We went ahead and made our filler panels, had them tacked in. We have our professional welder right now going in, fixing everything and putting a finish on. Best that we can get this thing, especially due to short time frames, getting this ready for the event. Once the header panel was put back on, I followed this arc all the way through just to miss the headlight. This was our big thing that we wanted to keep, to end up keeping this as treatable as we can have it. The biggest thing is that this is actually 5.5 inches. If you follow 5.5 inches and then keep your arc all the way down to the corner of the bezel, you'll end up still clearing the tire perfectly fine, and you'll keep that headlight. We're gonna go ahead and make a little patch panel here and then do our turn signal on the bottom, and we'll still have our amber on the side. It'll be just as groovy. All right, so last night we went ahead and got the graphics on too, just so that that's all said and done. We're gonna tape them, make sure they don't get messed up at all. As you can see, this is pretty much the finish that we're going for. We're gonna have a nice little accent trim to actually hide up all that burn up paint. And we're gonna end up getting everything bed lined since this is all ground in. So next time you see this, it'll be nice finish and painted. As you can see, it's now all painted. And you can also tell we're putting on a quarter panel armor that's gonna be fitted up. We're still R&Ding the process to make sure it is as nice as it can be, but it's actually out to powder at the moment. So that'll be bolted on and nice and finished at that point. If you actually look around to the back section too, we also went ahead and finished relocating the battery and got ourselves a battery kill switch. That buttons up this whole rear end of the vehicle. So then we can actually go ahead and show you what the front end looks like as we do a few more things. And as I was showing you before, all the patch panels are fully welded and ground. We went ahead and bed lined everything up front too, and triple checked our flex against the actual header panel. Had to take off a little bit more in order to clear the tire, but putting in the old headlight, you can see everything fits up fine. We do have some new headlights where we will end up installing with integrated turn signals since we're losing it. And to add more rigidity to the headlight bezel, we're going to be putting in a little filler panel that we 3D printed. As you can see, we have this thing flexed out. We still have plenty of steering, all the clearance in the world. We're going to have a nice cool headlight once we do have that put in, a few final touches, and then this thing will be on the trail. But this was so many man hours. This XJ on 42s is insane. A little bit much for me, but what can you do? Thank you for watching. Check out ironrockoffroad.com.